Welcome everybody tonight. Microphone check 1, 2. If you can hear me out there, put a 1 in the chat. Just so I know where I'm at. If the volume needs to go up, put a 2. If the volume is cool, put a 1. Thank you, Callie King, for that's 900. Got to 900, everybody. It'll be 8.99 tomorrow, but you know how this YouTube game goes. You know? All right, all right. Um, you know how I do it. It's like, you know, a lot of I wanted to start the show off a little bit different today because, you know, let's give these brothers a chance, right? And here's one of their heroes talking about them. Um, and let's just see what he has to say about, his fellow brothers. And of course, y'all call me the Bash King, right? So let's see what old Charleston White has to say. Let's see what old Charleston White had to say. Here we go.
Yeah, they said something about they tried to do it on Black Friday for Black Lives Matter. Represent Black Lives Matter.
That's an insult to that's the Mexicans letting us know that we weak, that we got that pussy. We talk all that tough talk shit, nigga, but they got to come kill and do for us on Black Friday. They sending a message to us. There wasn't no message for him. And we clapping for it. Yeah, they got him. No. They just sent out a message to the world that this is a weak race of people. Who got Nipsey Hussle killer? The Mexicans. So the Mexicans showing us we way stronger than y'all. And we clapping for it. I don't know what kind of group of niggas this is, but this the kind of group that's gonna volunteer to go back to slavery. But this also the same group saying if I was a slave back then, I wouldn't have never done this. Yeah, you would.
What a start. What an interesting start. So I know y'all out there in the chocolate red pill, you love yourself. You love yourself some Charleston White. But you bring yourself over to my channel from time to time, or you're up in the clouds, and you know, and that brother bashes black men. Well, I'll say one thing. Well, did you just hear what he said? So I assume now you're going to be. I expect to see you in Charleston's page giving him your 2 cents, right? Nope, you won't. Oh, he didn't mean it like exactly like that. So when somebody tells you that somebody you like or that you think you like says anything, you're down for it because I already went in over to this page and you guys didn't give him any kind of flack or anything like this. And this is lightweight shit compared to what I tell you over here, what he just said right there, and what I usually tell you is lightweight. Welcome, Enlightened Fam is in the house. Quita Ward in the house. Kelly King in the house. I mean, do you guys see, to the men, do you guys see the irony or the hypocrisy that you have? This man just said that black men are the weakest men, okay? In America, the world, whatever. He just said that. Let me play it back again because I think you really need to let this sink in. I think you need to let when your heroes tell you how they feel. Truly. Let's let this sink in. Quita, you think I should let this sink in? I think I should let this sink in. Why is seeking knowledge in the house? Here we go.
Black Lives Matter. Represent Black Lives Matter.
That's an insult to that's the Mexicans letting us know that we weak, that we got that pussy. We talk all that tough talk shit, nigga, but they got to come kill and do for us on Black Friday.
So, where you brothers at now? Are you going to attack him and cuss out Charleston White? I'm just curious. If you saw this on playback, do leave a message in the comment section. Okay. This sounds like a lot of black man bashing to me. But I bet you all are going, yeah, yeah, he's speaking nothing but facts. I bet you brothers are doing that because it's Charleston White, right? Tanya sweating that soul in the house. Quita Ward. I mean, he's telling you, listen. It's not me. I didn't put my voice over. You can hear how I sound. I don't sound anything like Charleston White, your hero, fellas. Prince and a kill. Okay, Anton interviewed him. Everybody interviews him. Everybody bows to him. Now he did bow. He did bow to Queenmaker, but that's a different story. Okay, let me keep playing this. And what's up with his neck? He's got like bumps on his neck, like he shaved too close or something. Here we go.
They sending the message to us. There wasn't no message for him, and we clapping for it. So the Mexicans showing us we way stronger than y'all, and we clapping for it. I don't know what kind of group of niggas this is, but this the kind of group that's gonna volunteer to go back to slavery. But this also the same group saying if I was a slave back then, I wouldn't have never done this. Yeah, you would.
Well, I mean, this kind of like this really, when you think about it, it sells itself. You are listening to one of the kings of the manosphere. He's probably more popular than anyone else on the manosphere when it comes to manosphere stuff. Okay. He's more popular than Anton Daniels in the manosphere, probably because Anton Daniels turned out to be, let's say, not. So I mean, everybody. I mean, the manosphere. Let's face it, the manosphere is fake it till you make it, and harass that ass. That's what they do. Let's listen to more of what he's got to say. Here we go.
You doing it now. You way weaker than them people. This but they'll get a nigga.
And it's the Takashi, like, damn, they set up more business than we are. When it comes to like handling situations.
Not just the Mexicans, everybody, because we black people are the weakest race of man on earth. We stand on business with each other.
Notice how he said men. Did you? Let me play that again. Let me play that again. Oh man, this warm up is something else. Ladies, did you hear that? If you heard what he just said, put a 1 in the chat. If you heard what he just said, put a 1 in the chat. This is the manosphere here. This man is a manosphere hero. Okay, let me bring it back there. I'm you know something, I think it's time for me to go on screen because you guys you got to see the surprise on my face. Okay, here we go. Got on my little work shirt. It's all dirty and shit. Still putting in that work. Okay, so let's listen again. Here we go. Listen again.
Takashi, like, damn, they set up more business than we are. when it comes to like handling situations.
Not just the Mexicans, everybody, because we black people are the weakest race of men on earth.
He just said, not me. Not me. He said black power. He made sure he put men at the tail end of that. You got me on that. I never said that shit before. Oh man, one more time for a little bit of wine. Here we go.
Not just the Mexicans, everybody, because we black people are the weakest race of men on earth. We stand on business with each other, but we won't stand on business with nobody else. But we think we tough because we killed the weakest people on earth. Black people are the weakest species, the weakest race compared to anybody on earth. But we think we bad because we pick only on us. How you bad and you just pick on the weak? How you bad?
But I'm the one bashing black men. This is your manosphere hero. Remember, this is the man you guys say, oh yeah, he on point. He on point. Remember? Queen Maker was right. Queen, you were right again. I mean, let me
You bad and you only pick on the weak. We the weakest. So if nigga, we tore up a country for George Floyd, you mean to tell me we ain't got one inmate with a life sentence that would have done what this Mexican did? You know why? Because we don't give a damn about what happened to George Floyd. We was just playing. We really don't give a damn what happened to Nipsey Hussle. Ain't nobody got that nigga for doing what he did to Nip. Nobody.
You say that, we're the weakest race. Why do other races kind of act scared of us when they see us?
They don't. They don't act scared of us, homie. They challenging us now. They only act scared of us when it's 5 or 6 of us and it's only 1 or 2 of them. But when it's 2 on 2, 4 on 4, they don't act scared. No, when it's 2 on 2 and 4 on 4, nigga, I went to that Earl Spence fight when he fought that Mexican. The Mexican wasn't scared. Nigga, I was in and around, nigga, them.
So basically, this is the funny thing. It's so on point though. That it's true. And he basically what he's the interpretation of it. There's truth to it because look at our fatality rates. Look at our homicide and our femicide rates. Okay. Even when you look on YouTube, right? You look on YouTube, they ain't gonna, they're not gonna stalk other races of women. No siree, Bob. No. They're going to stalk, okay, black women or other black men. That's it. I've watched many of these, let's say, mentally unstable people. I've studied many of them. The buck stops in the hood. And tonight's live stream is going to continue to manifest that truth. We are our worst enemy. Not men and women, men. We are our worst enemy. Oh yeah, of course we're the worst enemy to our black sisters. Yeah, that's for sure because no other race of men is attacking our sisters as much. You can talk all that hotep shit all you want, but what we see on the stats and what we see on, you know, the news and what we see written, it's a different story. So let me play a little bit more.
Them Irish white boys when Conor McGregor and Mayweather fought, and he was sending that racist tone. Hey, dance for me, boy. Oh yeah, dance, boy.
You actually do that pretty good. You actually did that pretty good. That would make a great sound clip. Let me go.
He told that to Mayweather in his face, homie. But nigga, in the fight, nigga, they walk around like this.
Let me dip into the chat here for a minute. Yeah, you know, it's funny because he acknowledges that there ain't no. If you were to take our color away, and you were to look at the behaviors of black men and black women, it's completely different. Black women do not do what we do, fellas. They're a little bit about their business, and I mean business, not like business street business. And that's the problem that a lot of you have is that you want women to stay in the streets. It's funny because y'all that she she belongs to the streets. You guys dragging her in the streets. Krishan Rock is a perfect example. She could have been a nice young lady for somebody, you know, to somebody who really did care about her. She would be a nice young lady, believe it or not. Some people, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's not she's not all there in my opinion. But to me, she's the kind of person that I mean, look who she chose. She chose a dude. She put a sticker on her face. That's what I'll call it. It's a tattoo, I know. A sticker on her face of a dude in jail. And we will be going over in an upcoming live stream of why are women fawning over men in jail like Ernesto, R. Kelly, Blueface. Now I guess he's blue balls. Uh, I mean, really, when you think about it, it's like you tell women to choose better, but why don't you be a better choice? Didn't think about it like that, did you? Let me say it one more time for the rhyme. You always tell women to choose better, okay? But why don't you make yourself a better choice? Didn't think about it. Let that sink in. Let's go on to the next one. This is going to be painful. Here we go.
A decorated Georgia high school football coach is behind bars.
Let me pause that. I need some more volume. I want to make sure you guys hear it. I can never get this stupid thing to work. Here we go. That should be enough. Here we go.
A decorated Georgia high school football coach is behind bars charged with murder after walking into a police station and allegedly admitting to the crime. 43-year-old Carl Carney Jr. faces several charges.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I don't get it. I bet he had priors too. Let's find out.
In Maryland, including first and second degree murder as well as assault for the death of his girlfriend, Patrina Best. According to the Prince George County Police Department, Kearney walked into the police station on February 17th and confessed to officers he strangled Patrina inside of her home earlier that morning. Once police responded to the home, officers found Patrina inside unresponsive. She was pronounced dead on the scene. According to police, Kearney allegedly told officers the two had gotten into a fight and he strangled her unconscious. Kearney allegedly told officers he then slapped Patrina's face in order to bring her back. And when she didn't wake up, he fled and headed toward Virginia in her car. But at some point, he changed his mind, turned around, and returned to Prince George County to report the incident instead.
It can be a signifier of remorse or guilt, but if he actually cared about that, he wouldn't have done the strangulation in the first place. Like, if he really cared about the person that he was romantically involved in, he never would have.
Wow. I have no words. None. Let's see how he got out of it.
Raised a hand to her at all. So it's probably just that he knew he was going to end up getting caught and that he just wanted to get caught on his own terms.
Dr. John Delatorre is a forensic psychologist. He explained to me the act of strangulation itself is a personal crime. And it might not have been.
And there's also a sense of dominance that's associated with it. Like, you literally have someone's life in your hands and you are constricting blood flow and oxygen. Essentially, you are in control of that person. And it's such a scary thing for any victim. And it happens a lot more than we think that it does. It's
Weakest men on earth. Preying on women. It's so important to make the right choices, life choices. Your life might depend on it.
it's such a scary thing for a victim of intimate partner violence to be going through. It could be that this was the first time that strangulation was used. I'm not discounting that, but there's no way that this is the one thing that ever happened between the two of them. I imagine more stuff has gone on, whatever their relationship might be. There's more stuff that has happened because getting to a point where you actually kill someone is not an easy step to take, and usually is a buildup over time. So I doubt that this is the first aggressive action he's taken against her.
Helping her move personal items from Atlanta to her parents' home in D.C. while she was preparing to take on a new travel nurse assignment. Kearney was subsequently arrested on February 18th. He is misdemeanor assault. On February 20th,
First, you admit doing it, and then you plead not guilty through your lawyer. Interesting.
it's unclear how the seemingly beloved football coach turned into a murder suspect. But here's what else we know about Carl Carney Jr. According to local reports, he was born and raised in Griffin, Georgia, a city a little more than an hour south of Atlanta. He went to Georgia Southern University and was later signed to the New York Jets in 2004 as a wide receiver. However, he did not play any regular season games according to the team's records. Kearney eventually would go on to coach at his old high school before coaching at Spalding High School in 2020. In 2022, he was awarded the Most Improved Award, where he spoke about the changes he was making to the football team to improve their program.
Well, I inherited a football team that were 1-9. when I first got the job. So following my vision and
Yeah, they sure followed your vision now. Let me skip past that. I don't want to hear anything has to say.
People are people. People are complicated, and oftentimes we order to, quote unquote, throw the scent off of them. They became a pillar of the community. They never wanted people to assume that they were capable of such horrific behaviors. But so they just do stuff to make it seem like they're, a good person, but in reality, they never were. Yeah, I think some of it is particularly because of football and other, cultural aspects that are associated with this case. It's going to be vitally important that all of these children have an opportunity to discuss everything that has gone on. It's important for them to understand what
Dang, she was so pretty. She was so pretty.
has happened, and this is a teachable moment, right? Coaching is all about teachable moments. This is about teaching all of our students about what is human trafficking, what is domestic violence, what is intimate partner violence, what are aspects in which we contribute to allowing this kind of behavior to occur, exploring our feelings when it comes to the people that we consider to be authority figures, and to link in.
Man, that's messed up. That is a great page. That's Law and Crime Network. I'm going to stop it right there because we're going to get right into it again. Check this out.
This week on Court Junkie, Markeith Lloyd was a wanted man. His pregnant ex-girlfriend, 24-year-old Sade Dixon, had been shot and killed, her unborn baby unable to be saved. Markeith was the number one suspect. In fact, police had eyewitnesses who saw him do it, including Sade's brother, who was also shot.
I saw him take out the gun from his red hoodie front pocket. He did this motion to, I guess, put the bullet in a chamber.
Mm-hmm. And so Chantel, is this your example of a man having a justified reason to use a so-called brick to the face? I mean, that's what you were really quite honestly, that's what you were saying when you said that if a woman acts up, he gets a brick to the face. Remember? This is the brick to the face, young lady.
And held it up. And next thing I know, I didn't have control over my body. And it felt like someone kicked me really, really, really hard in my stomach.
So could you tell what Sade was doing?
I remember when I felt her over my body, like she was patting my shoulder.
Okay. You know what the defendant was doing?
He was shooting.
But it was now a month later, and so far, Markeith had evaded capture. As the sun was coming up on January 9th.
Look at him. God dang. You look evil as heck. Let me keep it going.
2017, however.
Welcome, Mystic Moon. Mystic Moon in the house.
A uniformed police officer who also happened to be shopping that morning. Clayton tried to chase him and arrest him outside the store. A gun battle broke out in the parking lot.
Ms. Bryant will go on to tell you that a minute or so later, she hears gunshots. She quickly ducks down. The next time she's able to get up when the shots have ceased, she sees the man she identified as Markeith Lloyd walking away, getting or jogging back to his vehicle before driving away.
The gunfire lasted just seconds. When it was over, Lieutenant Clayton was dying from a bullet fired through her neck. Markeith carjacked a vehicle and escaped. He shot at another police car as he drove off.
Man, stolen house. Quita Ward in the house.
A massive manhunt was underway, again, and schools in the area went on lockdown. Traffic
So it's funny how the manosphere steers clear of stories like this. Oh, about them, they'll talk about, Monique and how she's a bad mother, but they don't talk about this dude, do they? Y'all don't talk about this dude, do you? Well, I'm gonna talk about dude for you. How about that? How about we do that?
killing his ex-girlfriend. Her unborn child, and an
The nature that we are expressing to our own women might be why you're not getting that weird shit submission you be asking for, which is already bullshit in the first place. Why would anybody want to submit to this dude right here? Look on the screen here. I'm gonna bring him up again. Why would anybody want to submit to that? And she probably did. Look at that monster. You guys got to fix this. You're a big enough group to fix. You guys always say, "Well, there's Pookie and Ray Ray." Well, here's Pookie and Ray Ray right in front of you. Pookie, Ray Ray, and Adolf. Why don't you fix him? Try that, because y'all are on here trying to fix women per se, right? Don't worry about the women. Fix these monsters, because the women ain't gonna. There's no reason for women to trust dudes like this, and you got a lot of these guys walking around. So what are you gonna do about it? You gonna leave them out there? Oh, we're about protection and provision. Protect from who? Black women are the most killed, are the most deleted in America by per capita. What are you talking about? What kind of protection is that? We make the least. What kind of provision is that?
Officer. To make matters worse, one of the responding officers to the manhunt, a 35-year-old Orange County Sheriff's deputy, ended up being killed in a motorcycle crash less than 3 hours after Lieutenant Clayton's death. It was another painful blow to the community. Just before his ex-girlfriend's shooting, Markeith had written on Facebook, goals to be
Is that the kind of men that we are raising? And the funny thing is, this is quite honestly, it's all on us. You can try to blame women, but women aren't supposed to raise men. Well, I'm not going to do. I don't. I raise my own kids. Fine, then you get monsters like this when you don't help out men, the other kids, other younger boys in the community. This is what happens. You get monsters.
on a dark prediction after he appeared
I'm not sure how old he is. If anybody knows, I think he's. See, let me look that up. Hold on one second. Uh, Tammy 50. Man, he's 50. Look at him.
$15 most wanted fugitives list. a $125,000 reward was offered, and tips began to pour in.
I bet
This
they
is
did.
Jillian, and in partnership with law.
Wait, that's, you know something? That's what, see, we need to start some type of a GoFund that were abused or deleted and make it so much money that it's nearly, this would take years, but it would be nearly impossible for any of these dudes to get away with anything. Because these really, at the end of the day, these men really think they have a chance to either beat the case or get away. Let's keep this going. Check this out.
Most wanted man in Florida is waking up in a hospital this morning. Police captured Markeith Lloyd Tuesday night in Orlando. The chief says he resisted arrest and he's now being treated for minor injuries before they haul him off to jail. ABC Action News anchor Lindsay Logue has been following developments from Orlando. She joins us live now with details on the arrest and also what is next in this case. Good morning, Lindsay.
Officer Deborah Clayton, and on the run more than a month since police say he shot and killed his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Markeith Lloyd will likely never be a free man again. He had very little to say to reporters who were waiting outside police headquarters last night.
What'd you do it? They beat me up. Where have you been hiding?
You can hear him there complaining.
They beat me up. They beat me up. They think that he thinks that's his way out.
That police beat him up during the arrest. You can see all of this. Police, along with sheriff's deputies and U.S. Marshals, surrounded an abandoned home Tuesday night in southwest Orlando. They've been tracking Lloyd's phone, and they were able to zero in on his location through pings. The police chief says when Lloyd walked out of the house, he was wearing tactical gear, and these were the guns in his hands, which he then.
Oh, he's worrying about getting beat up. He's lucky he didn't get Swiss cheesed. Look at this stuff he had on.
In his hands, which he then dropped to the ground. It's been an intense few weeks in the Orlando area, but this morning fear and frustration have turned to thankfulness, especially for the victims' families.
My daughter, she deserved justice. She really does deserve justice, and I'm glad he's caught. I'm glad. Now I can ask him why. Why would you want to do this to our family and try to kill?
Here's the weird thing. Okay. Police brutality is a real thing, but it, unfortunately, it pales in comparison. That's why nothing is going to be, not much is going to happen with police brutality until we start treating each other better. And you know what's going to happen? If we start treating each other better, there might not be any reason for the police to come around. And don't try to make this, oh, yeah, it's a woman should. No, sorry, fellas. In every other culture, the man handles this kind of business. The man takes responsibility. So don't bish out on me now. Don't bish out on me now and try to blame it on women. Our community is the way it is because of us. So what do we want to do about it? How do we want to improve it? How do we want to, the main thing that men feel their goal is to protect women, all except for our community. Then you start to hear shit like you hear on Dee Dee's channel or on Angry Man's channel or on Anton's channel where they're, oh yeah, why should we protect you? that kind of weak shit. And it brings us all the way back over to what Charleston White was talking about. See, all those other cultures of men, they feel strong because they're protecting their women. They're protecting their women with no contract, no, oh yeah, you got to be my woman kind of thing. They don't do that. We only do that. So no, there's no currency like that. We're the only ones doing that, which is quite creepy, by the way. Let me keep it going.
For both of my babies.
In a show of respect to the fallen officer, Clayton, her handcuffs were used to secure Lloyd during the arrest. And it's unclear at this hour when Lloyd will be released from the hospital and taken to jail. He faces numerous.
So policemen of different races showed the black woman who was shot by a black man more respect. Okay. Than black men did. That should be embarrassing to us. That should be embarrassing. And I, quite honestly, that's a classy thing they did. Handcuffing her, using her
felony
just keep it
charges,
going.
including 2 counts of murder for the deaths of Officer Clayton and of his ex, Sade Dixon. He also faces charges in the death of Orlando Sheriff's Deputy Norman Lewis. He died, as you may recall, in a crash while assisting during the manhunt. Certainly, Dan and Dia, a story we will be following closely. Of course, count on us for the latest updates as soon as we get them. Back to you.
Is that something, or is that something else, or is that something else? Man. Listen to this.
Shocking words from an accused killer. The Orlando Sentinel is reporting it's gotten a hold of the text messages Markeith Lloyd sent to his ex-girlfriend Sade Dixon moments after shooting her and her unborn baby. In those texts, Lloyd reportedly said, quote, "Don't know if you go make it, hope you don't," end quote. Records show hours later he texted her again saying, quote,
There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is right there. You caused this. This is what all these sociopaths do. They always make it the other person's fault. They always make it that they're the victims for doing the heinous stuff they do. You caused this. Oh, it was not my fault. I had to protect myself. I had to protect my honor. I had to protect my property. Then they do some heinous stuff too. Oh yeah, I had it. They make up excuses. These anything. Your path told me, oh yeah, what he say? Something about super chats, giving somebody else super chats and not him. These sociopaths are crazy. I'm telling you, there's a lot of them everywhere and anywhere.
quote, "You caused this," and blamed Dixon's brother for intervening. Her brother was also shot. The Sentinel also reports investigators found a 10-page letter inside this house on Lescott Lane where police found Lloyd hiding the night of January 17th. Investigators believe that letter gave a detailed account of why he shot Dixon. They also say he called killing their unborn child a, quote, "unintended consequence."
What happened to, remember when they were going in on Cynthia G about unborn, what was it? What was it? It was abort male babies. What do you think? See, a lot of men, they use uh they abort their own children by shooting the mother. Go figure. It happens quite a lot. Just in case you don't know. more, what is it? 9 times more put at risk of being harmed or worse when they are pregnant. And let's face it, the trend, you know why. Dudes get careless and make somebody pregnant and they don't want them pregnant. So guess what? Yes, you guessed it. Here we go.
Lloyd is facing the death penalty for Dixon's murder, along with the death of Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. He's expected back in court next month.
Orlando Police Department says the immediate
All right. Let's keep here we go.
immediately started the investigation after they arrested Markeith Lloyd in 2017. That investigation was then handed over to State Attorney Phil Archer. News 6's Clay Lepard has been breaking down the findings. He joins us.
Okay, so they beat him up real good. I want to know if you believe him getting beat up was justified or not. 1 for justified, 2 for not. 3 is like, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. So 1 for justified, 2 for not, 3 for you know, you're in the middle. Go ahead and put what you think it should be. Meanwhile, let me play the clip. Here we go.
Live in studio with more. Clay.
Justin and Bridget, this is the chopper video that.
Oh, let me pause this. We got Quita. She said this. My ex-husband kicked me in my stomach and I almost went through the wall. Dang. I was 6 months pregnant. Oh, man. Yeah. They don't, and see the manosphere, they don't want to fix this problem here. They don't want to fix this. So that tells me they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. Because as a man, the first thing you want to do is establish a safe environment for your women and children. So you have to ask yourself, are we really doing our best for that? And then you look online and you see the manosphere. I would say maybe 5% of the manosphere actually even brings up the community and what we can do to make it better, while the remaining 95% are talking about how to control women and how to avoid child support. Let me keep it going.
Gives us the best look at when Markeith Lloyd was taken into custody in January of 2017, with Lloyd crawling on his stomach to surrender and then being kicked in the head by at least 2 officers before the camera pans away. Based on this investigation, we've now officially learned that 4 officers used force on Lloyd by kicking him and using their rifles to hit him in the face and back. Lloyd is still awaiting trial for the murders of Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton and his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon. When Lloyd was walked in front of our camera after his arrest, you could hear him say, "They beat me up," with his eye swollen and eventually a bandage over it. But this report from the state's attorney's office says that now many motions in this case.
Let me pause it right there. That's a stretch as far as their explanation, but I don't care. In this case, I don't care.
Case were put on hold while this excessive force investigation was ongoing. His trial for the murder of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton is scheduled to start in May of 2020, and the trial for Dixon's murder expected to happen in September. Bridget and Justin.
Nope, killed 2 black women. I'm sorry that happened to him. I hope it doesn't happen to. I don't want that to be a part of innocent men. Welcome, K. Brown. K. Brown in the house. VM in the house, Quita Ward in the house, Phoenix Soul in the house. I'm gonna put this on. I don't know why.
So we want to help get results and get as many pictures.
Okay, so let me pause that right there. Okay. Okay, this is just about the manhunt. We already found out that he got caught. Let's play this right here.
Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your name?
My name Mark Lloyd.
Officers, can you pull the mic a little bit closer? Good morning, Mr. Lloyd. You're here for first appearances. Pursuant to an arrest warrant for events occurring on December 13th of 2006. Count 1, first-degree murder with a firearm. Count 2, killing an unborn child by injury to a mother. Count 3, attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. Count 4, aggravated assault with a firearm, and finally, count warrant. Sir, you are entitled to the services of a public defender. It's my understanding that you did not want to fill out an application. Do you want a public defender appointed to represent you, Mr. Lloyd? Okay, and do you plan to hire your own attorney?
Defend myself.
You're going to defend yourself pro se. And what's the highest grade that you've completed in school, Mr. Lloyd? Have you ever represented yourself in a criminal case before? Do you know the maximum penalties associated with these offenses?
It don't matter.
Okay. Can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Right.
And you believe you can defend yourself?
Yeah.
And you understand that you understand the nature of these offenses, sir?
Say it again.
And you understand this nature and severity of these offenses, sir? Are you sure you don't want a public defender appointed to represent you? I'm sorry, sir, what?
Jeez. Is he doing this on purpose?
Did you say?
Nothing.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to go ahead and do.
Well, first of all, I got questions to ask.
You're here for first appearances on a warrant, sir.
Y'all making up shit like I just went in there and shot this girl, endangering my family. What if other people want to do something back? Y'all portray this shit to the news people like I just went in there and shot this girl when there was other guns found on the scene, and all kinds of guns were pulled on me for it. But y'all acting like I just went in there and shot her. Her little brother got dropped off while me and her was standing there talking. So there's all kind of other shit that happened before y'all just put on the news. Oh, I just went in there and shot this.
Unknown, you nailed it. We don't have no clue what she's talking about, what he's talking about. Queen Award. Why he needs a public defender? Isn't he the breadwinner? What was the highest? What was his highest education? I swear.
Girl got my family at danger, so no, I wasn't coming in right
Thanks
now.
requesting Mr. Lloyd be placed under oath before any further proceedings.
He's already been placed under oath. Everything you say is being recorded, sir. So
Yeah, she should know that. She a lawyer. What's she talking for?
so here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead.
I'm not finished talking because y'all been making up shit the whole time, and then y'all make up stuff on my face.
Now, you see how he's behaving, right? See, the thing is this: he wants to represent himself. Fine. This isn't a this. Does he understand? If he wants to represent himself, then he should have the aptitude to understand that this isn't the place for what he's talking about right now. Let me keep it going. And doesn't it seem strange that everybody seems like they're innocent?
Family locked them up because my check. I work. I work 2-3 jobs. I work and I work for that money, and that's why he gave that money to my daughter, and he gave my niece the other half because he didn't give my daughter all of it. That money was not for me.
All right, here's what I'm going to go
I
ahead
didn't
and
receive nothing from nobody. I was out there by myself. How in the hell anybody help me doing anything? I went to Walmart myself to buy food. Wasn't nobody doing nothing for me.
What the heck?
So we're only addressing the one case, and I told you what you're here for.
Y'all know about all y'all lies y'all doing. I don't care.
I'm going to.
Oh man. Welcome, Marcy D. Marcy D, Mystic Moon in that. House, Phoenix Soul in the house, Quita
On
Ward in the
counts
house.
1, 2, and 3, bond is going to be set at no bond. Additionally, on counts 4 and 5, I'll set bond at $1,500 apiece, totaling no bond plus $3,000. Additionally, I'm
There you go, them bonds. I know money now.
ordering some special conditions. You are not to contact Ronald Stewart, the victim in one of these counts. Additionally, you are not to contact any witnesses or victims' family members, Ms. Dixon's family members. I want to be clear on this. You are not to have any contact, whether it's third-party contact through other people, no telephone communication. I'll have him read that in just a moment. You're not to contact Dominique Daniels, Stephanie Dixon Daniels, Ron Daniels, or her children. There is a form there that you're going to need to sign off on. I'm going to go ahead and we'll give you a court date sometime out. It'll be on the paperwork for determination of counsel.
And then when they had me in the hospital, Channel 9 News sent out that way for me to come out and see what they did for me. Or they done took my eye. They done broke my nose, broke my jaw. They did all this shit till I resisted, but I crawled out to the motherfucking road. So how did I resist? I ain't resist shit. They just did that shit. They tried to hide it from the news people, but I'm.
Yep, they did. Hello, Rat Girl in the house. Rat Girl is up in the house. So basically, that's what he's trying to get down. Let's keep it going just a little bit more. He's entertaining.
I'm here right now.
Corrections, I think we've established everything we need to do in a first appearance hearing. He can be taken after he signs.
Later, fuck you.
Have him sign the no contact.
That's going to help his case. A good friend of mine was telling me today, the law is supposed to be the law, but at the same time, judges are human. So if you come off, rude and mean, jumping a judge, like that other guy, Superman, if you're super you, then maybe somebody else. See, that's the funny part. See, the thing is this. Legal justice, or justice in the judicial system, legal system, all that kind of stuff. We might want to represent ourselves for the next guy better. But we don't do that. We're too selfish for that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to say I am going to respect. I'm going to come up here, but anywhere, okay, we should want to represent ourselves as respectable men, not scheming, lying, creepy, snooping lowlifes. We want to be men. Need to be men, not men, violent men. Men, we need to be men. We need to show a certain level of maturity, strength, resilience, kindness, empathy, and we don't. A lot of you out there don't, especially in the manosphere. I rarely see any of you guys doing that. You get captivated and you get drawn towards evil, obsidian-like people who do evil things, and you love them for it. That's where the problem is. No woman's going to trust. If you think black women don't trust you now. Wait till you keep going. It's going to get worse. And when you get worse, things are going to get worse. Let me keep this going.
Fuck you, boy. Think about that shit.
Didn't Ernesto
Two
stay?
with 6 accused.
Same too. Social justice. I believe in justice. I believe in equality. I, as their other races of counterparts, that I do believe. But I don't want men that did crimes not going to not being punished for their crimes. And for some reason, that seems to be what's being portrayed in our community. For example, look at Sonia. Sonia knows Nesto is nasty. And I don't mean like nasty in some cool way. Okay? Who's the person who hits the Bibles all the time? Who's that woman who hits the Bibles? Just got out of jail. Infant harder than that. You know this guy's nasty. You know Nesto is nasty. You're gonna find out on Tuesday. But you want him to go free? Well, the white guy got 5 and Nesto did the exact same thing. So let's give Nesto 5 years. That's one thing. But to want him to go completely free and unleash him on our community or culture, if for those who don't believe that we have a community, is ridiculous. You want things to get better, but you want to literally free the people who made it worse. That's amazing to me. Let me keep playing it. Here we go.
Lord Markeith Lloyd was in court today. He did not make it a point to stay silent.
That's right. Today's hearing was in regard to motions filed by Lloyd's attorney having to deal with local news footage,
At least he got an
wiretaps,
attorney. I'll give him that much. At least he got an attorney. That shows some common sense. Here we go.
and an excessive force investigation. But it went down a different path when Lloyd stood up and began talking. News 6's Vanessa Ariza.
He went on a few different in the jail. The judge in that courtroom telling Lloyd that he needed to speak with his attorney first and but Lloyd at the end of the day continuing to talk.
I'm a grown man. I got God.
I know you do, and you feel that.
He's a grown man, and I got God with me. Which God are you talking about? Because there's one that comes from up under the ground. I think that's the one you're talking about. Because it ain't the one up in the air. You know what I mean? Oh, that's why. Thank you for reminding me. You know, the like and subscribe. It ain't no jive. Let me get this just in case somebody wants to say their 2 cents. I'm going to drop the link. You can say it and we'll hear you out. Okay. Let's keep this going.
that way, but you should talk to your lawyer.
Markeith Lloyd made it a point this afternoon to speak up, not about the motions brought before the court, but how he's been treated.
I'm facing a lecture that then for somebody else.
You should see. Okay, let me make a point. People don't treat it well afterwards. If you want to behave like an animal, expect to be treated like an animal. Now, I understand. Look, the legal system would not agree with me saying that. But what I'm saying is in the real world, in the real life, if he didn't want to be treated like he's being treated, whatever way it is, maybe he shouldn't be out there deleting people. Maybe he should be a little bit nicer. And that also goes for Ernesto. Here we go.
I absolutely don't know nothing about, and they frame me.
Today's hearing was to address 3 motions and material Lloyd's attorney requested: a raw television interview from a local TV station, wiretaps involving his client, and any information regarding an excessive use of force investigation involving the...
Let me pause that. Mr. Moo hits it right. Judge said you need a lawyer, and this fool said he got the Lord. The Lord. That's boom. RCD. He got the Lord. He got the Lord. I don't know what Lord he's talking about, because that's the thing. Isn't it funny how some of the people who do the most heinous stuff, you guys find that kind of weird? Let's keep it going. I mean, people who hurt someone then cry when they get hurt. Bitch, fuck you. I hear that from Phoenix Soul in the house. Here we go.
Late Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. An attorney for the TV station said the raw footage is no longer available. The judge ruling it's now a moot point. The 2 other motions were granted.
Now they will try to come up with a better. I don't think I got two.
All right, Mr. Lloyd.
In between those motions, Lloyd's commentary.
This is crazy, because I'm telling you, this is a bad luck, brother. You should work. This is what happens when you just focus on trying. You get results like this.
Mr.
I ain't hurt nobody. I ain't never hurt nobody.
In the end, Lloyd saying his piece and saying goodbye to his family as he awaits his next court hearing. And Lloyd's attorney at the end of that court hearing also filed a motion requesting all of the media responses, all of the press releases that were sent to the media regarding Lloyd from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They requested that from the judge earlier today. Now, Lloyd's first trial is set to begin in May. Live at the Orange.
Everybody wish Rat Girl a nice evening. Rat Girl, thank you for stopping through. We're going to keep it going. Tanya sweating the house.
Getting results, News 6.
The story you'll see only on Channel 9. Accused cop killer Markeith Lloyd is revealing for the first time what he did during a massive manhunt to put him behind bars.
Look at him smiling. Look at him. He's actually loving this. This is scary to me. Here we go.
You heard him right. In plain sight, that's where Markeith Lloyd says he spent his days on the run last year.
And his daughter and her mother claim they would have helped him hide if he'd shown up at their door all week. Channel 9's Field Sutton has been breaking new details all week surrounding Lloyd's murder.
Wait a
cases.
minute.
Field, the saga starts with Sade Dixon.
We know Markeith Lloyd was mad at her.
Breaking new details all week. Breaking new details all week surrounding Lloyd's murder cases. All week. Channel 9's Field Sutton has been details all
Wow. If that isn't any kind of male identified behavior right there. It's one thing. I mean, but hey, he would have took them down too. He would have took them down too. Let me keep it going.
All week surrounding Lloyd's murder cases in Field, the saga starts with Sade Dixon.
We know Markeith Lloyd was mad at her. She was mad at him too. And in these latest jail tapes, Lloyd talks about her like she's still here. And he doesn't care if she's mad. He claims he was all over the place during those 9 days spent on the run. But he was trying to avoid getting people he knew in trouble. And he says everyone else wants to make a buck off his story. So he figures maybe he should too.
Did you all just hear that? You know, the lack of empathy, the level of lack of empathy and have to say something like that. Man, let me jump in the chat real quick. It's popping in here. Kate Brown is in the house. Tanya Sweat is in the house. So his mother and daughter are willing to be accessories to hiding a fugitive, a murder fugitives at that. Tanya Sweat. Mystic Moon breaks it down like this. Honestly, I wonder if these men subconsciously want to be in prison because they don't have to navigate don't have to navigate society. That is a strong argument, Mystic Moon. That is a very strong argument. That might be the case. That might be the case. The connection to all those videos you showed, DJ Torch, was that these women was pretty for all these butthurt men to appreciate. Yep. It was too pretty. Yep. It was too pretty for all these butthurt. Yep. Exactly. That's crazy. Yeah. It does sound crazy. It does sound crazy, K Brown. Here we go.
I've been a good man.
Markeith Lloyd told
I've been a good man. Okay, let's keep.
We're blurring the daughter because we believe she's underage.
Doesn't this sound a whole lot like Ernesto and Sonia? This is getting even more weird. Here we go.
Everybody else trying to get paid on the Let me use my own.
Ever since Lloyd's ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon, her unborn baby, and Orlando.
Dang, Sade Dixon was gorgeous too. She was gorgeous.
Clayton were murdered. Lloyd's alleged involvement in the deaths has certainly brought him name recognition.
Everybody know you. Everybody know you. I'm worldwide now. I've been nationwide.
Before he became a worldwide superstar in his head, Lloyd claims he was ready to kick Dixon and his own baby to the curb.
She was texting me stuff like, you lied to me, too much you want a family with me. I'm get your baby, you gotta worry about the baby no more, and this and that. I'm like, man, you tripping.
I call you ready.
So she gonna be tripping, not me. Cause I'll leave a motherfucker that's going on with my business.
It never came to that because Dixon died and Lloyd went on the run.
Do you hear this? Oh my God, this guy. And I hate to say this.
You already know food. I was in the woods. I was everywhere. I was sleeping out on the bus stops. What? Yep.
I've told you before, Lloyd admits he shot Sade Dixon, but he's always claimed he was provoked.
I was doing everything right to stay out there. I was working my ass off and doing right.
See, that's the funny thing is that's what all these sociopaths do is they act like they were provoked. And if if you ask them to, this is why Chantel Simone's brick video is so dangerous because these men are already looking for excuses to be to damage. Doesn't understand that some of these men are too lazy to use a brick. They'll just pull out a gun. They'll just pull like this man did. It's sad. Let me keep Tevin's in the house. Welcome, Tevin. Here we go. But I understand that's his daughter, and I understand that's his daughter's mother because I don't think it's not his mother, right? This is why mammies are dangerous. I have no problem with them saying, well, being concerned about how he's being treated in jail and, hope that he gets a fair trial. But to want a monster like this to be free is totally a different level. And I'm waiting to hear what his excuse was for shooting this woman. Here we go.
Every version of the accused killer's story finds a way to blame whatever happened on
Yep.
someone else.
See, I told you, even are onto men like this. They know about excuses. They've heard this shit before. He's made these excuses. These guys are making way too many excuses. We need to stop defending men like this. But you saw the mammies do their mammy thing. Let me keep playing. We need to get away. We need to get away.
It is interesting hearing him admit he got involved with the wrong people. Later in that conversation, he claims he'd rather sit in prison. That he'd rather die rather than sit in prison.
Interesting field. We heard Lloyd claim he spent some of that time when he was on the run totally out in the open of Central Florida.
It's amazing to listen to these tapes. At one point, he says he was riding a bicycle right down the streets of Paramore. Whether that's true or not, of course, we'll never know.
I noticed that obviously serious charges, but just the laughing.
Yeah,
that's disturbing. And
disturbing to hear this.
People
Exactly. Even this conservative news station saw how disgusting it was that this black man was laughing at the fact that he deleted other people and that he was getting famous behind it. That's
Over Grant Bond in this case, I'm going to set.
whoa! What is why are they?
Okay, thank you.
Be nervous about something.
What do we have in the box? Masada and Theos. Oh, okay. I was looking for her. Okay, thank
Let me move.
Mr. Smith.
Okay, here we go. Okay, they muted that because the judge is probably saying they were probably saying some was that me? Okay, so what happened? I guess this woman tried to
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Slaughter, would you state your full name and date of birth?
This is what happens when this is when kanging goes wrong. I just made up a new word. When kanging goes wrong, when you want to get mammified and you kang wrong, this is what happens, ladies.
All right, thank you. You're before the court at this time for a bond hearing pursuant to the state and the defense. I'm going to, by stipulation, I'm going to order that your bond be set at $20,000. Do you have a passport? Have you ever held a passport? All right. And do you understand that if you are released on bond, that you are not to seek to gain a passport? I need to speak out loud. Okay. And will you agree to follow that order? All right. I'm also going to order that as the conditions of your bond, that you're to have no contact whatsoever. That means do not call, write, send a message, nothing. Emails, no texts, no form of communication. Do not send a message through someone else. You understand that? And that applies to Lakeisha Smith Lloyd, also Marquise Lloyd, and Zarian Mann. Do you understand that? Do you know who those three people are? You do not know who Zarian Mann is? Did I say it wrong?
It's Zar. I don't know how to say his first name, but it's Zarghee, and then the last name is Mayan, Mayan. She probably knows him as the guy who works at the chicken restaurant.
You know who we're speaking of? Okay, you'd have no contact with him either. All right, I'm also going to eliminate the restrictions on your use of electronics. So there was previously a restriction of you using your phone or email. Those restrictions will be lifted. You're free to do that now. I'm also going to, as I indicated, order that you're not to seek to obtain a passport. You're to appear before the court on your court hearings unless you're excused by the court or you file.
I want to find out give me 1 second to find out what she was doing to get herself into trouble. Marquise Lloyd, ex-girlfriend. Jameis Slaughter. That's a weird name. That's actually a name of a football player, but it's a person. Jameis. Winston. I want Slaughter. Okay. Oh, snap. What did she do? I'm looking right now. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay. I'm going to dip into this real quick. Here we go.
Hey, come on. Why did he? No. He don't need to put that shit in my face. Doing all that extra ass shit.
That's okay. That's what the deputies are here for. So we're going to stay on the record at this point. Okay.
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
Okay, let me play that over again.
Hey, come on. Why did he? No. He don't need to put that shit in my face. Doing all that extra ass.
Thank you, Phoenix Soul. Phoenix Soul, $3 super chat. Phoenix Soul, super $3. Thank you so much. Super sticker. I haven't got a super sticker yet. That's my first super sticker. No, I can't wait. I don't know. I love it though. Blue's one of my favorite colors. Wow. I mean, look at all these women that he's taking down with him. All these women that would be, you know, all these super mammies. Damn. I'm gonna play it one more time. So there's a bond hearing.
How they waiver pursuant to the rules. And Madam Clerk, our court dates are? Oh, we have not filed as of yet. Okay, that's right. All right, ma'am, do you have any questions about your bond?
Damn, these bonds are popping everywhere. In the house, New Diamond in the house, along with Phoenix Soul, Mystic Moon, Tevin's in the house, in the trees, doing his thing up in the clouds. Marcy D's up in here. We're gonna keep it going. Here we go.
No, do you understand what you need to comply with? All right, make sure you keep in contact with your attorney so that you'll be aware, and make sure we have her correct address on file.
So you see, the funny thing is that all these young ladies who should have chose better. Look at him. I mean, this man has taken down. Okay, first he took down one black woman by shooting her, and then another one by shooting her. Then this one right here, Mammy's up Mammy's up just like what the Mammies do in the manosphere do, and tries to defend her black king. She gets taken down. You know what I mean? Look at this. Look at the results. Look at the results. Look at the results. This is what happens. This is what happens. And it's funny because if you think about it, if these women stayed away from dude, their lives would be better. And some of them, their lives would be lives. This is what happens when you hang with kangs. Don't hang with kangs. That's the best I can say. Don't hang with kangs. Kins and Caskets in the house. Phoenix Soul in the house. New Diamond in the house. Here we go. Here we go. This is a perfect time for me to explain the situation. Look. Okay. There are some men in our community that have unjustifiably been held. When a man says he did something to somebody, and he did something to somebody, I have no problem if you want to give him, support and try to see if he can find God and whatever else. Go ahead and do you. But stay the hell away from those lives. There is nothing to be done except let them go.
Is there anything else for today? Thank you all.
Yeah. I wonder what she did. They got her in. Okay, I gotta do Jamis Slaughter crime. What did she do? Jeez. To get. Okay, let me find out if this is it. I'm gonna play this right here.
Now, the latest. Breaking
Well, I could hardly hear
news.
that.
One of the people arrested on charges of hell accused of killing
Oh man.
Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton in January, and his pregnant ex-girlfriend Sade Dixon in December. News 13's Aaron Murray is at the jail.
Ladies and gentlemen. So this is what the Kangs want you to do. They want you to allow them to do whatever they want to do, and then they want you to defend them. and you see the results. The young ladies get to go to the kingdom. Okay, so she tried to help him out. She tried to help her brother out. Boom. This is crazy. Okay, let me keep it going. Let me keep it going. I'm telling you, we are going to have some fun this week. We got some Ernesto stuff coming up. R. Kelly coming up. Diddy coming up. We're gonna what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mush them all together. Mush them all together to make everybody understand the pattern we're having. The pattern. Let's keep it going.
Live right
Wait.
now. And Aaron, walk us through today's process.
Well, she did just leave moments ago, Marla. The people that came to pick her up immediately shielding her face, kind of putting their arm over her so our cameras couldn't get a very clear shot. And then they hustled her over to a car that was parked just over my shoulder here near these two vehicles. Now, the process normally takes 4 to 6 hours, but the gentleman with the paperwork came in just around 8:30, so it did go much faster tonight. Now, this all possible because earlier in the day, a judge dropped her bond from $500,000 to $20,000.
By stipulation, we're going to order that your bond be set at $20,000.
Jamie Slaughter sat quietly for most of the proceedings, and
Okay.
Judge Alicia.
Do you for everybody in the chat, do you believe it was fair that she got charges for trying to uh Oh, sorry, my bad. Do you believe that that young lady who helped Markeith it, be she should be in jail? Or do you believe she should be in jail, or do you believe she should be let go? Oops. Microphone check 1 2. Can you guys hear me now? Hit 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, cool. Let me play. Let me make sure I'm on the right scene. Okay. And then I'm going to play.
On the record on State versus Lloyd, Mr. Lloyd's present with his attorneys. State attorney's office is present. The jury has reached a verdict in this case. I remind the audience members one more time, no outburst. If you find yourself losing control, please leave the courtroom. Deputies are authorized to remove anyone. All right, let's bring the jury back in.
All right, if you don't know, they're about to give the verdict. Oh, the suspense, folks. The suspense. Hey, Brown in the house, Mr. Moon in the house, Queen Ward in the house. Gone with his eyes now.
State recognized presence of the jury. Yes, Your Honor. Defense?
Yes.
All right, welcome back, folks. Hope you had a good lunch. I understand you've reached a verdict. Is that correct? If you'll hand that
It
to me.
is quiet up in there. Uh-oh. This is it, folks.
Madam Clerk, if you'll publish the verdicts, please.
Uh-oh. Here.
Judicial Circuit of the State of Florida in and for Orange County. Case number 2017 CF 826. The State of Florida versus Markeith Lloyd. Verdict, count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer. Special finding form regarding statute number 775.087(2). Count 1. During the commission of the offense and as a result of the discharge of the death caused to Deborah Clayton. Yes. Verdict as to count 2. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer. Special finding form regarding statute 775.087(2). As to count 2. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant personally discharge a firearm? Yes. Verdict as to count 3. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 4. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 4 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of carjacking. Special finding form regarding Florida statute 775.087(2). As to count 4. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. Verdict as to count 5. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 5 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of possession of a firearm by a felon. Special finding form regarding Florida Statute 775.087, paren 2, as to count 5. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually possess a firearm? Yes. So say we all, dated the 2nd day of November 2021, signed by the foreperson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. For clarification, the first 2 verdict forms are dated, the counts 1 and 2 are dated November 3rd, 2021. All right, state you wish the jury polled? Wish the jury polled? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your time and attention. Days of the case.
Okay, let me pause it right there. Let me see what else she was about to say.
As we explained during jury selection, because Mr. Lloyd has been found guilty of first-degree murder, we will now proceed to a penalty phase in this case. So here's how this is going to go in terms of scheduling. There are certain...
We won't worry about scheduling. Okay, so what do you believe he should get for his double murder and his amongst the other stuff? What do you think he should get for the double deletion, I should say? Put 1 for life, 2 for execution, and 3 for, I don't know, 20 years. Let me know. Okay, so Quita's life without parole. Marcy D is 1, 2, 3. You can just type in your reply as well. You don't have to just say 1, 2, or 3. And let's find out what he gets. Let's find out what he gets right about now.
And we're hearing that the judge has come out now. We are set to hear from Judge Letitia Marquez any second about her final decision in the case of convicted cop killer Markeith Lloyd. We want to go to the courtroom now.
This has been a long process. An emotional one for everyone. And while I have
Wow, that's not me. That's not me. That's the court.
Likely is disrupting the proceedings. Court has a score sheet totaling 537 points. Total sentence points 381.750. Those are visible. There are no objections to signing the score sheet. So, we just heard all previous objections. Very illegal law that cannot pronounce in sentencing. Mr. Lloyd has to count 2 for the life sentences you to life in prison. That is a mandatory minimum sentence. As to count 3 for the life sentences you to 5 years in prison. As to count 4 for the life sentences you to life in prison for the first 10 years being a mandatory minimum. As to count 5, the court sentences you to 15 years in prison for the first 3 being a mandatory minimum. You have credit for 1,871 days time served for the record that is calculated as of January 18, 2017. Time served is on all counts in this case. All mandatory fines and court costs are imposed and reduced to judgment, including the $100 court-appointed attorney fee. Is there any restitution saying? There is no restitution seeking none. to count one, Mr. Lloyd, having previously adjudicated you of murder of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton Baker, and I sentence you to death for the crimes.
Whoa.
Laid out a sentencing order that we now.
Did you all hear that? Did you all hear that? Let me play that over.
Order of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton Baker, and I sentence you to death for the crimes that I have laid out. Mr. Lloyd, having previously adjudicated you of murder of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton Baker, and I sentence you to death for the crimes that I have laid out in a sentencing order that I now file with the court. The copies for defense counsel and state are being given to the clerk. You may pick up the copies from the court once I'm done with sentencing. There is an automatic appeal to the Florida Supreme Court in this case. You have filled out the affidavit of insolvency. I find you for purposes of appealing. Counsel will be appointed to represent you for purposes of the automatic appeal to the Florida Supreme Court.
Yes, she said that Quita. She did say sentenced to death. Sorry about the quality of the audio in that room, but unfortunately I did not know I can do about what they do in there. So how many, if you agree with that, put 1 in the chat, 2 if you don't agree with it. Quita says, DJ Torch, did you hear about this black lady judge deleting her husband for cheating? No, I haven't. Definitely, if you can, Quita, send me the link. If not, I'll dig it. I'll dig into it. I think quite honestly, unfortunately, this is a situation where it's real bad. I mean, the thing is this: you don't want to sentence anybody to death, but unfortunately, it might be the only thing that stops this situation from happening. Because quite honestly, like I forgot who had mentioned it in the chat. I'm sorry for my short memory, but somebody mentioned something that some of these men are more comfortable in prison than they are on the streets. And this situation, I mean, look, think about it. If they're in prison for the rest of their lives, they get 3 squares a day, right? So unfortunately, sometimes the death penalty has to come in handy to stop people from being this crazy. So um that's just crazy. But yeah, Quita, definitely find that. I think we're gonna put that in the mix for sure. Um that's crazy. So yeah, if you think he got what he was supposed to get, put a 1. And if you think he should have got like just only got life, put a 2. But if you're confused or feel he should have got even less than life, put a 3. By the way, you can also do this in the comment section if you are on the replay gang. The replay gang is always up in the house. I think that I mean there's an old saying, it's a life for a life. You know what I mean? Tanya Sweat puts a 1 in there. I mean, that's what's up. Got it, Quita. That was quick. Okay. But yeah. So any thoughts? Put them in the chat right now. Put them up in the chat. I'm gonna go to the chat and start reading some of the comments. Mr. Moon says, I think it allows them to remain a 4-year-old when they when they go to prison. Yeah. I believe that. They are fed without unfortunately there's some very good reasons to have a death penalty. It's because some people they're built for prison and they don't mind going back there for the rest of their lives. They they don't. There's just some people that are just so you have to have the death penalty in the mix, whether you go to it or not. You have to have it in the mix. Otherwise, people are just gonna act crazy. That manosphere talk ain't gonna go right to jail. The men look disappointed at the judgment. Yeah, of course. They think that they're kings and they should be able just to do anything they want to do if they haven't already done it themselves. Abusing and deleting black women is something those men in that courtroom probably feel like they should be able the option to do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming through for this evening. I'm going to keep the live short so the replay gang doesn't have to worry about going through, 4 hours of footage. This is DJ Torch. I'm out of here till the next one. Shout out to Marcy D,
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Mystic Moon, Rita Ward, Tanya Sweat. Where's the music go? Okay, I'm just in time. My internet's about to die. Oh yeah.
No need to say
Phoenix Soul.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow
Oh yeah.
to the edge of it all,
K Brown.
to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one.
Kittens and Caskets. New Diamond.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Kevin, the lifestyle guy.
So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one.
The Rack Girl.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a problem,
Why is seeking
'cause
knowledge?
I know what I'm getting into. Yeah.
VM.
Nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Either way, I follow.
Miss RV. Kelly King.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow
Break it down, break it down.
to the edge of it all. So tell you good night,
Quita Ward.
'cause I'll find a better one.
Thank you for the $2 super chat.
Yeah, susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night,
Break it down now.
'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible.